Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. Actually, it's AutoMattock. And what's going on, folks? I'm AutoMattock. We're going to talk about a sequence that I posted on Twitter a few days ago. And it's really about how amazing the EX grab off of Nitro Charge's Bay Area Sunrise, right? So, my last video was about anti-airing with this. I want to talk about how you actually get to where you're throwing them with this. Anti-airing with the EX Nitro Charge, absorbing a hit and grabbing them as they land. That's one way you can do it. And then I think right now it's working in ways that it shouldn't, but still can work. But once people start seeing EX Nitro Charge more and understanding the responses for it, then you won't see it as frequently. And basically you just jump forward, right? I think that's the most consistent answer for it. But regardless, when you throw them with this button, this is where it all gets started. This is why this move is such a high priority, in my opinion, to land it and understand why it works. Because when you dash up, you're +4. You're +4 when you dash up, which is actually one less than the regular one. The regular one is +5 when you dash up. So you're +4. The reason why this is ridiculous is because +4 is the perfect number in terms of command grab. If you're +5, you have to delay it by 1 frame. So, for example, if I do this, the regular one, which is +5, make sure I have 5 frames. It's +5, so if I dash up in command grab, it's actually too soon. It's not going to command grab though. But since now that I'm +4, it's perfect. Even though it's 1 frame less, it's perfect. It's gonna hit them. Let's see. There's a 2-frame window because there's 2 frames of there's 2-frame window because it's a 4-frame knockdown and a 6 startup command grab. But the opponent, as they're getting above the ground, has 2 frames of throw-in vulnerability. So when I'm +5, they're not ready to be thrown yet. Is basically how that works out. So the long and short of it is, when you do this, you can EX command grab them after it, right? EX command grab will meaty their 3 frame. It actually happened on the same frame. Wow, what is wrong with me? There we go. Now, off of this command grab, very important. Well, let's go back for a second. The response for your opponent can be to just not get off the ground. If they don't recover, this is punishable if they don't recover. But if they stay on the ground and I do other things such as the meaty crouching light kick for this situation, meaty crouching light kick is very good. Crouching light kick will link into itself off of this knockdown. But as you can see with that, if I do crouching light kick and they stay on the ground, I still have plenty of time to recover and meaty them again. So that I suggest doing. Since that crouching short hits on the second active frame, it can actually link into itself. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. We'll do no guard. No wake up is more important. Because normally you can't link 2 crouching shorts together. But since this is +4 and you're hitting on the second active frame of your crouching short, you can actually link another crouching short. So now your opponent has a choice between command grab or a meaty low. It's ridiculous. And the command grab is more dangerous in my opinion. Unless you do something like low short and then go back into the... I mean, that's a little bit more wild and gimmicky, but you know. Yeah. So, EX command grab. Let's talk about the EX command grab itself. Now, when you do crouching hard punch off of this EX command grab, it has more advantage than it usually does. Now, the problem, and I talked about this in my disadvantages for Abigail. The problem with hard punch, or most of the Abigail punches, is that depending on how they hit, your opponent will be too far away on the back recovery to really do anything to them. So I'll give you an example. Let's see. If I do a combo like this into medium punch, Abigail punch, and then they go over there, they back recover. Actually, I'm still kind of close, so let's try jab, Abigail punch, right? Just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. They're way too far away for me to do anything. Back recovery, it's very weak against that. But when I combo off of the EX command grab for like the hard punch, Abigail punch, let's see if this actually behaves the same. This is up close too. So actually up close. Well, I don't have advantage. That's more important. I can't do it anyways because my crouching fierce is not hitting them meaty on the back recovery. So it's not going to work. So again, I'll demonstrate this. I dash up and hit crouching hard punch. This is the hard punch, Abigail punch. I get counter hit. But when I do it off of the EX command grab, when I do it off of the crouching hard punch and then the EX command grab, crouching hard punch, and then Abigail punch, now it crush counters. This is because they're being hit in a juggle state, so they have to land much further than they normally have. So that's going to increase the time that I have to approach them. So therefore, my crouching hard punch will crush counter. Now, Alternatively, your opponent could normal recover, in which case I think you can hit standing strong. I think that is reasonable. And then off of that standing strong, you should be able to, yeah, you can confirm into another one, and then you can punch Abigail punch. So the other response, the other thing I want to talk about is that that crouching hard punch itself, because your opponent could just wake up back recovery and then do nothing. Now the reason why I am using crouching hard punch into nitro charge in that Twitter video is because if it crush counters, I can combo into the dynamite punch. For example, if this punch counters, then I'll go into the dynamite punch and then get the juggle. You can also do hard punch giant flip. That works well too, and hard punch giant flip, it's +2 on block. So that's fine too. What will happen, I'll just show you the sequence. They back recover, no wake up, and then they block on wake up. I dash up, hit crouching fierce, and then I'll do, what? I thought I turned that off. It's counter's on. What? So here's the crouching hard punch. I do crouching hard punch again after I dash up. Now there's a gap between these two things. Is it not on all guard? Jeez. There's a gap between crouching hard punch and the hard punch giant flip. But if you do crouching hard punch into light punch giant flip, that will counter hit her 3 frame. So now you have a method of conditioning your opponent to not do anything after this. So now they have to do a little bit more reacting. They can't just mash. And also, now you can do nitro charge into this. Now that's a little bit wild too. So at this distance, you're gonna have to do something like the kick thing if they jump away, the grab if they mash. So you have to make some choices yourself, or you can just do nothing. You can just do crouching hard punch, and maybe you can let it go. I don't know. I think you really do have to buffer this into something. Maybe you are a bit committed, because I believe crouching hard punch is negative quite a bit. So I think that was pretty much the whole thing, the whole knockdown scenarios. You got the Bay Area Sunrise EX command grab, and then the crouching hard punch, normal and back recovery setups. And yeah, that's enough to kill Laura if you have 3 bars, because then you can go into a stun combo. Yep. Awkward. I think that's it. I'm just trying to go through it in my head. Yep. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Crouching hard punch. Well, yeah, if you do that crouching hard punch and then normal recover and they mash, that will be your crouching hard punch. Obviously, Street Fighter V things. But that's it for now. I hope you learned something. Twitch.tv/AutoMattock. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps me out. It helps me keep doing the kinds of things that I'm doing. And I'll keep doing it consistently as long as there's interest. So once again, thank you for the support. I'm AutoMattock.